Well, hello, folks, and all of you degenerates. It's Top Gun here, and here's what you want. Swing trading. Don't do it. You're gonna get wrecked. And if you need to come to somebody like myself for advice how to swing trade, you're likely to get crushed and wrecked. Even possibly under my own boots. That's right. I'll if you're dumb enough to swing trade, I'll be there to take advantage of you. Because I even know not to swing trade. I'm not going to swing trade. And even by trying to give you the best advice possible, you're going to mess up this plan. Because no plan survives contact with the enemy. A good general needs to be able to assess the battle terrain in order to adjust his plan accordingly to circumstances. Sun Tzu's Art 4. Go Walrus! Anyway, so if you're gonna swing trade, you better know how to do some math, and you better be able to do some critical thinking. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here and give you just enough rope to hang yourself. Yep, that's right. I'm finally giving you the math. I'm gonna tell you how to swing trade. So you get wrecked, and I get my bags bigger. Because you're that dumb. Congratulations. You're here. It's happening. I know, he's like, no, he's not going to do it. Yeah, I am. I do like to ramble and everything. So, when swing trading, here, market charts. We love to look at these. When swing trading, we need to be able to consider a few things. So what the hell is your goal? Why do you want to get wrecked and let me come steal all your bags so badly that you can't just dollar cost average in? I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, but that's basically my strategy. Now, because I can do some math, I'm going to basically Warren Buffett it. I'm going to buy things because they're a good deal. Not because of what the market says, not because of where the charts are going, not because of TA analysis, but because I've done some valuations. I know how much revenue can be generated per token. I have in essence, in my mind, what each token is worth to me. And if I see them on a much cheaper time scale than that, I'm going to scoop them up. I'll do my best to give you that kind of math skills, but, it's not my fault if you skipped BEDMAS and was out behind the bleachers smoking a doob. But I'm actually thinking, because, people ask me if I'm a teacher. I actually did tutor one of my friends who has been a close, dear friend of mine. She's a stripper. Well, she was a stripper. Now, she's an accountant. I tutored her on math. Yep, she was out under the bleachers doing something that day. She did not learn BEDMAS, but she knows it now. I might even have her on this channel and make her teach all of you BEDMAS if you need to start. That simple. Because you might need to. But alright, we're going to try and give you some math because I know BEDMAS. That's simple. So, what I'm looking for, actually before we even get to the math, some more basics. Paul Sachs, what's happening with the AMM bot? Where are my opportunities? How are we in? Let's talk for a moment. What happens here? What's the sequence and order of events? Okay, so the devs got a bunch of code. This is great. They got to load it up on some servers. They don't want anyone to mess with that code, so they're going to put those servers on private. The nodes and the validators are going to come online. They're going to run the finishing touches and bow on it and run the AMM bot because all the code will be interjected with the snapshot, and then they'll have to do a state change. So the AMM fixer bot will run in there, scoop all the liquidity out, change all the liquidity settings, and get ready to deploy in Paul Sachs. And then, when everything is all set and the stage is ready, the RBC settings will be made public with the ratios where they're at. So now, we will have the ability to get in to change our assets around with the clones of the assets we have chosen. Now we have assets we like, so we're going to get clones of those on the other chain, but we like those. Are they really worth sacrificing for Pulse, or might they be worth holding in the long term, or even scooping up more of because they might end up on a discount? Thought you probably haven't even considered because you just want to get Pulse. Oh, Oh no, your brain hurting already? Yeah, well, you wanted to swing trade. So, we're gonna keep down this analogy. So, all right, what we need to consider is not every project is getting copied over. I hold Wise token. My whole goal is to get Pulse. Well, Wise token's not getting a copy. They're crap. They're not even getting some validation in this. Richard Hart isn't giving a free airdrop of everything. There is some selection going on. Only the good projects. So you have to try and figure out what he considers the good projects. Well, they're going to have good, stable liquidity and lots of users, even if they're kind of crap. And at least decent coding on the contract. No room to take advantage of it. Bug it out. Okay. These are some important factors to take into assumption or consideration when looking at projects. Also, some projects could choose to launch on Pulse Chain regardless of Richard Hart's buyout. And they themselves could perform liquidity changes or launch a brand new token that hasn't even been there on Ethereum or Uniswap and set the liquidity with Pulse they might have sacrificed for. There are quite a few little options that take some research. I have some chat rooms where we discuss options like that. If you took the time to watch my videos and go find these chat rooms where we've been discussing how to swing trade and what projects are good and bad, you'd know too, but you waited for this video. So here's some projects I like. Internet Money, I've mentioned it many times before. It's on BSC. It'll get a copy, a clone, and have some liquidity available on Pulse shortly after it launches to play with. Hex, interestingly enough, I hold that to keep that long term. Some idiots will sell it. You should be scooping it up. It will surge back up. It is a very good asset, and people will die from the slippage because not a lot of it is paired in Ethereum. Most of it's in USDC, which will be deactivated. That's right. Well, let's talk about that, actually. So, most of it's in USDC, not in Pulse. You won't get the buyout effect that you need. You need the Ethereum portion. And that's small liquidity. Not a lot of users, not a lot of coins need to be transferred to make that a not good deal anymore. And I'll show you a good deal from a bad deal. Okay? So, ditching your Hex for Pulse is not the best plan for your Hex bags or for Pulse. Because there are other idiots that are already thinking that. And no matter what I say, they're going to do it. So, let's avoid that. But what are our other options? Well, I hate to say it. Sheepcoin is crap. But if you're going to ditch something right away because it's crap, so it's a pump and dump to the price, wouldn't it be nice to do it to something that's crap? That maybe has large liquidity with ETH on its Grenada chain. So it might have large liquidity on Pulse. And some users know about it. They sacked for it. But you can see out of the sacrifice amounts, they were a low portion. So not a lot of them got in on the Pulse. Not a lot of them like it or talk about it. I don't know how much more is coming. That might be an avenue, but other people might be thinking the same. You know that I know that you know that I know. Crap, that argument. Every single one of these options has that. All right? If I've thought of it, other people have thought of it. You've come to watch this video, and other people want to copy me. So you got to make these assumptions for yourself. That's why I'm only going to name a few project names. And you can go digging around and look for locked liquidity and not locked. Because if they get a sense that Pulse Chain's coming, they might just pull that liquidity before it launches because they want their copies, not the liquidity to get it over on Pulse X. And if that's the case, well, you won't have a foot to stand on once it launches because they'll have messed with the liquidity. So you want locked liquidity. You want large liquidity, specifically with Ethereum. And you want an ERC20 that is getting copied. Those are things that are definitely very good to look at. I just have a pet project favorite because, I'm biased. They amped me on and told me to do YouTube and love my videos, even when I harp on them, because it's kind of meme coiny. So, hey, yeah, all right, I'm biased there. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. The point is, once you choose your poison, how are you going to do the math? You're done hearing me rant about other projects. You know what's best, whether it's Chainlink or Sheep or anything. You've got that. You don't need me for that. You don't care what I think about projects. You want the math. How to get in a Pulse chain here. How to go straight to the trading and the exchange. And what to swap for what. What's a good deal? How do you tell? All right. Well, I'm going to give it to you. So whether it's on Ethereum or on a different chain, if they're coming over and they plan to fork it themselves. What you need to know for their liquidity is, okay, what are they using for the native chain? So if it's on Binance Smart Chain, how much BNB? If it's on Avalanche, how much? How much is it paired in its native currency, and not the number of tokens, the value. Say it's 30 odd grand or 29 grand. Okay, well that's about 10 Ethereum coins. Oh, okay. So easy enough to know, well, if it's 1.2 million times more abundant, then those 10 coins should be 12 million coins. Okay, that's what it should be in that liquidity if they're going to match the Ethereum value once it's transferred over to Pulse. It's that simple. Let's take you to the calculator. So here, let's get an accurate snapshot. Ethereum is currently, 2690. It's been taking a beating since the last time I did this. 2900, goodbye. 2690. Boom. All right. And then let's take an asset like Hex. What are we at? 19 cents and with several zeros. We're going to round that to 19 cents. Why not? 0.190055. Oh, I'm so bad at rounding. Okay. What's this that we're starting to form here? Ratios. So this is how many hex that you get for one pulse. This is how many pulse over here. Let's change the colors so you know what I'm talking about. The light blue. This is how many pulse you get for one hex. If the snapshot happened right now, and then you had your chance. So this is fun. You can set this for the price of Ethereum, and then you put in the price of whatever other asset you're dealing with. You use the assumption that it's $1.2 million, or 1.2 million times the size. Now, K4K, as indicated by his math, that they are looking at, not 14, 1.4. Now, if we do that, look at that. It changes the ratios. So this is important to know the supply. Richard Hart, however, has stated that it should be 1.2 million. All right. So it might be good to be able to change these. How am I doing that? What's the magic behind this? B3 divided by B4. Oh, I took the price of ETH and I divided it by the price of the other asset. And that told me exactly what one ETH coin would buy. 14,000 hex. Okay. But then how do I figure out this ratio here? Well, I took B6, that 12 million. Yeah. B8, that coins, I divided by 12 by that millions. That told me the ratio. How do we do it on the other side? So I figure out the flip inverse. I took B4 and divided it by B3, the price of hex divided by the price of ETH, the other way around. And that's why it tells me that side of it. And then all I have to do is again, one hex would get this little teeny fraction of an ETH. However, multiply that, it couldn't be times the 1.2 million. Unlike the other being divided, this one's times. So we need a larger snapshot of it. There's going to be more. That tells us 84.7. I have a starting ratio. It's that simple to do this math. Okay? Now, interestingly enough, if you want to have a look, knowing the price of an asset, how much hex is actually in the Ethereum pools right now? If we actually went and looked. Now, how do you find that out? You need to go to Uniswap, V2 Analytics. And I like going to V2 because every time I search for V3 on Google, it doesn't find it so easy. But all I have to do is click up here in the URL when I'm on V2. And wouldn't it be so simple to just change it to a 3 and you were on V3? I don't know why Google search suppresses this, but where I am. But that's all I have to do to get over here. And then how would you know what hex is? Well, you search hex. And then once you find hex, look, there's an ETH pair. We don't care about the stables. We want to know what it's liquid in. Okay. So now we know. Now we know what it's liquid in. We see this. Do we see the actual pair count? We see the value. Oh, look. 1 ETH equals 14.13 hex. 14.15. That's because I round, folks. That's because I round. That's convenient. So, see how that math's adding up? And then this fraction, we know that's not right. I had such a little thing, but I need to actually see this pair. I guess I can do the math if I really have to. All right. So, in this pool, total volume leverage, 3.63 million. Oh, wait. Total tokens locked. There it is. 20.86 million and 3,000 ETH. Wow. All right. So, let's make this 28 million. Boom. Now, that 30,000 hex, we know this is the, what is that, 2.3 billion pulse that'll be available in liquidity in that pair. How did I do that? What was the magic that let me do that? Well, fun facts. Okay. So, if you have a price and you have a token amount, you can do some math. So, basically, if you figure out what one PLS token is worth in a number of, well, this is hex. You know, in this case, I'm talking about hex. Forget that I am favorites to that coin. So hex, as we can see here, you know, we've got this ratio. Okay. So one pulse only buys you a fraction of a hex. But we know there are 28 million hex more, right? So what's the difference? You take the number that's in the pool and you divide it by this number here, this ratio we figured out, knowing that that'll be paired with one pulse. And that tells you how many more times abundant it is. See how I divided the big number by the little button number to get this increase in abundance? Then, funny enough, 1 times that number will always equal that number. And that's the other side of the pair. So now you know how much liquidity is available. So you're able to go into Uniswap, search your favorite pair. Then you have to do more research to find out how much liquidity is locked, how much can be pulled, whether that project is paying attention. And then you're able to find the starting values. This tells you where the starting values are. But will it be a good deal for Pulse? Okay, so this is starting values. If you know that, and you're trying to get Pulse, well, if it only got you 8.4 Pulse tokens, we'd say that's a bad deal with this math. All right, 1/10 of that is a bad deal. If we got 840, that would be a good deal. Now on this math, let's remember that $1 got you 10,000 tokens. Okay? So if we look at $1 of hex, that gets us 5 tokens of hex. This is of pulse. Now if we trade those 5 tokens, so we take, this will equal our number of tokens, because we can change that, times the number of tokens in pulse that we get on our starting ratio, and we can see that $1 would get us 423 tokens as opposed to 10,000. That doesn't even get us 1,000 tokens. So that is a worse price than the sacrifice. People who got into the sacrifice aren't going to want to get this kind of price. That's why we talk about this ratio here, what it's going to trade to. Because if we change that from being worth F10 to, we play around with 12 and 13. Let's put it to 13. Let's put the little one. Oh, sorry, 13 and 14. So 42. Oh, that is horrible. Now that we're putting some perspective on it. Unless that has amplified very largely, 4,200. That's as close as we're getting to 10,000. Now, when it comes to an exchange, when it is first available at exchange, $1, again, how many pulse tokens do you think it'll get? Do you think it'll be the same as price 1, day 1 of the sacrifice? That'd be pretty insulting to the sacrificers. Do you think it'll be the same as day 15? People that paid like double? $1 gets you 5,000. Would that be fair when it comes to market? Or would $1 only get you 10,000? Could it start as high as 1/10 of a cent? But this gives you an idea that 10 times amplitude on this ratio, if it traded in that direction, might be a good deal compared to something that could end up on the exchange. And that's how I just did this math. Can I share the Excel spreadsheet? I just did. Step by step, formula by formula. I clicked in every cell. You can see just a number amount, just a number amount, just a number amount. We have math. I showed you that math. We have math. I showed you that math. We have math. I showed you that math. It's all addition and subtraction. I didn't use any square roots. I didn't even bother with the K functions. Okay? Yeah, I made this simple. Again, division, multiplication. That's all I have done all the way around, comparing prices to see what a good deal is so I can Warren Buffett in and snap when people have done something emotional and stupid and left a window open, a trade for me to scoop up something that is undervalued. That's swing trading. Everyone's going to watch the charts, going to watch the TA, and they're going to want to buy where it's pumping, what the RSI is doing. Give me some technical indicators. Just do some math. Stretch your brain out. Figure out what a good deal is for each asset you're looking at. Look at Uniswap, what the Ethereum available is, and check both version 2 and 3, because some projects are more prevalent on version 2. Oh look, 3 takes you right back to 2. Isn't that simple, folks? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's really simple. That's swing trading in a nutshell. And I really like IM because I think there's actually a little pump coming. So I think buying now, I'm going to get a little more value just before Pulse launches. All right? I'm not going and aping in. I'm not trying to scoop millions. It's that large liquidity. Again, I missed the Pulse sacrifice. So all I'm worried about that pre-bridge is spending what I would on dinner on a night out. That's it. A meal. And I'm poor. I eat at McDonald's. I'm aping $20 worth in. Now, the liquidity doesn't have to be huge for me to not feel much slippage. Gas fees will be cheap as heck. And then, when I have my $20 worth of Pulse, regardless of what ratio I saw when I traded, whether it was good, whether it was bad, I scooped up probably at least a few thousand Pulse for $20. And I won't have to worry about paying for banking ever again, and I can dollar cost average in slowly over time, recognizing good deals because I can do math. All right? I've done it. You're going to try and do math. You're going to think you have a good deal. You're going to do your research, and you're going to get stomped on. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't swing trade. There's your how-to. All right? Just take the emotion out of it. Be a Warren Buffett. Do some math and decide what a reasonable deal is. And if that price comes, then you act. That's all there is to it, folks. folks. Hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for trying to swing trade and making me richer. Even though I've told you not to do it. Don't even trust me. I mean, I told you I'll never lie to you, and I'm not lying. I will take advantage of you because you will not do this math right. Yeah. Life is what life is. You degenerates, you don't care what other videos I have for you. You just want to make money. How am I going to get rich? When's Paul Sachs going to hit $1 million? Where are those price pumps, Top Gun? Well, this is how I'm going to turn into Warren Buffett. How I'm going to get rich and get a gold Zamboni. I'm going to do math and valuations and decide what good projects are and ignore hype and emotions. Yep, that's it. Now, on the note of markets and emotions, we can have a look at the pain of the week. That's right, we had pain, folks. This is just a quick snapshot. So, doesn't that look like crypto? That's the stock market. Doesn't that look like crypto? That's the stock market. That actually looks even less healthy than crypto, and that's the stock market. That is the volatility index. This is the dollar index. Again, it's mooning like crypto. The dollar's not getting any stronger. It's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And I have talked in other videos on how to read the MACD and the RSI indicators just a little bit. And volume trading. I do that through my videos. And we do discuss my favorites to look at, the tech stock indicators. And that's right, even Apple's got the pain coming. Oh, doesn't it have the pain coming? And Tesla, the souffle is coming to pop, and shareholders are suing Sir Reverend Musk because he's jeopardized their shares on the name of Twitter, which is not doing well. And oh my God, this just really, come on. The first quarter, they don't even show you all the bars. Okay, the first quarter. How far back did I go? Over 3 years? And this price hasn't been seen. It's just gone. Netflix, you suck. This is what the stock market has done for people. Why crypto? Oil, this is the indicator for inflation. As long as it's going up, and look, it's going up, the market's not dead, demand's not dead, and inflation will continue. And that's just how it is. And we can even see, Canadian dollar is taking a beating. Now this helps because I do all my math in American, so I realize, when I cash out my assets, I get even more money. Sweet. That's nice. Bitcoin. We've seen these charts. Let's zoom out. I'm looking at these wrong. So, I want to look for the year. Yeah, that's right. That's better. Okay. NASDAQ. You're even more volatile. What about SP? Oh, wow. You're more volatile than Bitcoin at this point? That's sketchy. That's really sketchy. Oh, no, Bitcoin's still almost as volatile. Okay. It's market correlation. But there we go. And we have HEX. Pumping away. Yep, pumping away. So, you've seen the liquidity available in HEX that potentially should be there as long as it doesn't get pulled. But the question is that liquidity locked? And honestly, I don't even know how to check yet. That's fine. Next on my learning agenda, I know someone's going to comment on this going, you should have just gone to this website or this part of Uniswap. Well, I'm new to this. Thank you for telling me after the fact. No, I really do appreciate the comments. If you're still listening and you haven't hit like and subscribe, go away. Don't ever come back to my channel. You're not worth it. All right? Obviously, if I don't get likes and subscribes, no one watches. If no one watches, no one learns. So share this with your friends. Comment, hit like and subscribe. Duh! If you want more content from me, I need the likes. I need validation. I'm insecure. I'm neurotic. I'm a narcissist. I need the love. Whatever the reason, hit the like and subscribe or people won't find out about this and learn. How else are they going to get wrecked swing trading? Because they can't do math, and I know everyone's going to ask, where can I get this Excel sheet? Rewind the video and watch me click through the cells and explain how the math works. You can reproduce it on Excel. I'm not going to do everything for you. That's right, not everything. Sorry. Yep. All right. So hopefully you've enjoyed tuning in, seen my optimism in the fact that, crypto markets are crashing, but HEX is fine. Pulse is coming. It's going to do great, just like oil is through the rest of the market. There are always safe places to go. Pulse chain is safe. Well, ish. you're going to swing trade. That's not safe. I warned you. I got it done, told you, don't do it. See you next time.